Alright, so today we're going to take a look at how to find slope using 2 points of a line, 2 coordinates that fall on the line. So just to review, slope we learned originally was rise over run, okay? Rise over run. So really, we're taking a look at the change of the y coordinates, which would be the rise, over the change of the x coordinates. And then you can go on further to say, in, I think it's Greek or whatever, change means delta, that's that triangle. So change in the y, change in the x. So delta y, this means change. Change in the y, change in the x, delta y over delta x. Then if you want to expand that, that means y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So here are the notes of how to do that. And we're going to do it down here. I'm going to show it down here. We're going to do a bunch of examples. All we're doing today is find the slope. So the first thing you do is label the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2. As I read through this, I'll actually do this example. So step 1 actually happens right here. And they label the coordinates as x1, pick any point. Either point can be either one. x1, y1, x2, y2. Then write the blank example of the formula, fill in the blanks. So here we go. We write slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then they take these coordinates and just plug in the numbers. Take a peek here, it goes there. y2, y2, y1, y1. Then if you want to keep going, x2, and all the way around here and back this way, x1. Then you do the math on top. 11 minus 5 equals 6. 1 minus 2 equals negative 2. Then 6 divided by negative 2, negative 3. So if we take a look at this one, label the points, plug it in. So y2 goes here, y1 goes there. This is where you're going to get confused here. Negative and negative here. Remember that negative and negative make a positive. So it's actually going to be negative 12 plus negative 2. Okay. Then x2 goes there, x1 goes there. Away you go and do the math. So let's do some examples. I think I have just 3 examples to work through. So first thing I want to do is label my points. So I'm going to label this one x1, y1, x2, y2. So if I were to write delta y over delta x, that really means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's fill in my numbers here. y2 goes first, minus 13, minus negative 1 over x2 is 10 minus 2. Now here, I'm going to rewrite this one first. So kind of imagine as a negative 1. We're going to multiply it. So negative times negative is a positive. Okay. Yep. Over, I'm just going to read 10 minus 2 there. So that is negative 12 over 8. And then we reduce it from there. Reduce it, so we're going to get, what's that, negative 4. Oh my gosh, my mind's gone blank. Yeah, 4 over 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Sorry. Negative 3 over 2. is my slope. There's my answer. Let's do this one here. First thing I do, label my points. Let's say this one is x1. This is x1. This is x2. This is x1, y1, y1. This is x2. This is y2. Remember, delta y over delta x, which means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's fill in my numbers. So 6 minus 3 over 4 minus negative 5. Now, if you take a look here, negative and negative make a positive, just like before. So we have 3 over 9, which would equal 1 over 3 is my answer. So, without graphing, tell me which line is steeper. Okay, so steeper means which line has the larger slope. That's what we're trying to find here. Steeper, larger slope. So let's do this one in blue. I'll do this one in green. So first step, label my points. So x1, y1, x2, y2. If remember, delta y over delta x, which equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to let you take a peek at that real quick and see if you can put in the numbers properly for me. All right. So take a look at the blue one first. So we're going to have 5 minus 0 over 0 minus negative 1, and negative negative there, create a positive. So for this one, the slope is 5 over 1. Let's change the green here. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. Here we go, delta y over delta x, which equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'll give you a second again to plug everything in and see how you do. So let's plug everything in. Y2 is 7 minus 4 over 3 minus 2, which equals 3 over 1, which would mean the larger slope, because we're looking for the larger slope, is the blue one, because it's the bigger number. Because if you imagine you're graphing this, let's say they both start at 0. Let's go up by, let's just go by 1 to start. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we just went 1 in, our blue line would start here. We go up 5 over 1. So it looks something like this. Then our green line would go up 3 over 1. So it looks something like this. So you can see the blue line would be steeper. Okay, so here's another one here. Next level question. So we want to know if these 2 points create a horizontal or a vertical line. So we have to find the slope of it. Although if you're quick, you could look at that real quick and say, I know what it is. But let's not prove anyone wrong here. Now, if we remember, a horizontal line has no rise, but it has a run. So let's say it has a number here. Okay. A vertical line has rise, so it's going to have a number on top, but it has no run. So that's going to be 0. So that's what we're kind of looking at here. Where is the 0 going to be located? Or I could have messed this all up and there's no 0. So let's label our points here. x1, y1, and we have x2, y2. So our equation is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's do a calculation. Y2 is 5 minus 5 over negative 3 minus 10, which is going to equal 0 over negative 13. So if we take a look here, it matches the horizontal line, and that's a pretty straight arrow. So we have a horizontal line. Now, if you wanted to catch it right away, take a look. The y coordinates are the same here in our original part. So you know the line is going horizontally then, because the y is always the same. So that's it for today. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And we'll move on next steps tomorrow. Okay, have a good day.